What up guys, it's Matty Mish. We're here at Desert Ridge Mall on Sunday, December 20th, 2020. We're here to take on the Galarian Mr. Mime event. And before I start this event, I do want to let you know that I think that this event is overpriced, and I think it is something that should have been free with the December event that's going on right now. So we're going to go ahead and actually buy the Mr. Mime event. We haven't bought it yet, and we have until today at 6 p.m. to buy it. So it is $7.99 for people in the US, or if you're not in the US, it's $7.99 US dollars in your equivalent, whatever that calculates to be. So I do think it's an expensive event. I think it should have been free, especially because we have the December event coming up on Tuesday the 22nd, so in about 2 days. So it could have been something that we could have done prior to that, or something that could have been done with that, but I definitely think it should have been free as part of the December event. So we're going to go ahead and get this research ticket. So now that we got the research, if you see here, we could go ahead and click on the binoculars here on the bottom right. And we'll check in with Professor Willow. Matty Mish, it's so great to see you. The strangest things have been happening lately. You see, I begin each day with a pineapple berry and coffee for breakfast. Then I head outside my lab to take in the crisp morning air before starting my research. A couple days ago, however, I stepped outside and slipped on a sheet of ice, right outside the entrance of my lab. Coffee spilled, pineapple berry squished, day ruined. At first I thought the ice formed because it was an especially chilly day, but it was in fact nowhere near cold enough to create a sheet of ice that thick. For my sake and my breakfast, can you help me research ice-type Pokemon to see whether we can discover anything? Sniffle, my poor breakfast. So step number 5 for the Tap Tappity-Tap research for the Galarian Mr. Mime is to catch 15 Ice-type Pokemon. We need to make 3 great curveball throws and transfer 10 Pokemon. So we're going to go ahead and start by transferring 10 Pokemon. And we're going to go by the recents. So there we go, we're going to go ahead and transfer 10 Pokemon, and that completes that part. And then if you look here, we also need to catch 15 Ice-type Pokemon and make 3 great curveball throws. So we have a Cubchoo here. We didn't get a great curveball on it, but it did have an orange ring around it, so hopefully it pops out. And it doesn't, we catch it on that first try. So that gets us 1 out of 15 Ice-type Pokemon. And a Alolan Vulpix just spawned, so we'll see if we could get a great throw on this one. Nice, we did. So we have the great curveball throw on that one. We just need 2 more and it pops out. And we catch the Alolan Vulpix on the second try, so we still need 2 more curveball throws. We have 2 Ice-type Pokemon. And another Cubchoo appears. I'm going to be clicking on all these Cubchoos that we can because it does have a chance of a shiny. So we get the second great curveball throw on Cubchoo, and then we'll see if we could just get 1 more. And then since there's no ice types around, we're just going to go... Oh nice, we actually earned a medal actually for it's for today's research with the Galarian Mr. Mime. So you do get a medal if you get the event. So it's a pretty expensive event for a Galarian Mr. Mime, Mr. Rhyme, and a medal. But we'll definitely take it, add it to our collection. And then Spheal is actually an ice type, so we're going to go ahead and get our 3rd great curveball throw on Spheal. We get the excellent. And then this will finish up the great curveball throws, and then we just need to catch a couple more ice types before we can move on to step number 2. So if you look here, we do have 4 out of the 15 ice types. We made our 3 great curveball throws. We transferred our 10 Pokemon, and there is a Cubchoo here, and we just missed it. So we're going to go ahead and continue getting these ice type Pokemon, and then as soon as we're ready to move on to step number 2, we'll check back in. So we finally came across our 15th Ice-type Pokemon. We got this Swinub here, and this will be our 15th one. We didn't have any luck on getting a shiny Cubchoo. We actually didn't have any luck on Cubchoo at all. We only found a couple. Most of the ones that were spawning were Spheal and Jinx. But Spheal and Jinx was alright. I do know how to get an excellent on those, and with the XP grind we've been on lately, it was nice to rack up some XP. So we get 1080 XP, 125 Stardust, 3 candies, 1 extra XL candy, and we'll do a quick appraisal. Transfer that one on out, and then that should do it for step number 1. We could claim our 3 rewards, so we'll get 2 encounters and 3 incense. So we're going to go ahead and get our first encounter, which is a snow runt. Get the excellent throw on snow runt. Hope it stays the first time. We have a pineapple berry down. A shiny snow runt is something we've been looking for a while, so I hope when the winter event starts on Tuesday, they have a lot of snow runts spawning. See if we could get one this year. IVs aren't that great, but I do think I have a 100%, and we are going to do a quick Cub Chew check here. Alright, so we get Cub Chew, and what I was saying was I think I have a 100% IV Snow Runt. So definitely we'll be looking for a shiny this year. Don't need a good IV one since we have that 100. We'll get our second encounter, which is a low in Vulpix. Got the great throw on the low in Vulpix. And we get the Vulpix, so that'll get us another 1080 XP, quick appraisal, not good IVs. And we'll claim our 3 incense. And then our rewards will be 2000 Stardust, 3 rare candies, and another encounter. So this is a Jinx Encounter. Got the excellent throw on the Jinx. Nice, and Jinx is caught. So that gets us catch 1 out of 15 Pokemon. We get 4,680 XP for it. Good IVs on the Jinx, so we'll go ahead and star this one. And then we'll go ahead and check in with Professor Willow. Great work, Maddie Mish. We've learned quite a bit about Ice-type Pokemon, and it looks as if you've caught a few interesting ones. I feel like we're getting closer to finding out the cause of my breakfast's untimely demise. Oh, there's something I forgot to mention. That very evening, after an incredibly sad breakfastless day, I was trying to cheer myself up by dressing in my comfiest pajamas and drinking a cup of herbal tea before tucking into bed. As I lay there ready to count Mareep and fall asleep, I was suddenly awoken by some unnerving tapping outside my lab. It sounded like tap dancing. I was simply too comfortable in bed and too frightened to get up and check. All I could do was lie there and hope the tapping would end soon. I now believe source of that tapping was the same Pokemon that created the sheet of ice in front of my mobile lab. Can you investigate some Pokemon related to making particular sounds? Let's see whether we can get closer to solving this case before it goes cold. So step number 2 out of 5 for the Tap Tappity-Tap research is to catch 15 Pokemon. We already got 1 by catching the Jinx. We need to spin a Pokestop or gym, and we need to use 10 berries to help catch Pokemon. So this gym here should be ready to spin. So that gets us that step to complete. And then with this cluster here and with the incense down, we should be able to get 10 Pokemon. We'll go ahead and check in with this Jinx first. We were going to go for that Swinub, but it disappeared on us. And we'll use a berry on Jinx, since we need to use 10 berries. Missed the excellent on that one. Had a weird throw on it, but we'll see if we could get this Jinx caught. Nice, so that gets us 1 out of 10 berries and 2 out of 15 Pokemon. Quick appraisal on the Jinx, and we'll transfer it on out. Actually, we'll keep it for now, and then we're going to continue working on catching these Pokemon, and then once we're close to completing that 15, we'll be back with you. So if you look at our Tap Tappity-Tap research step 2 out of 5, you can see that we need to catch 1 more Pokemon, and then use 1 more berry to help catch a Pokemon. And we're going to go for one of these event Pikachus over here. Almost forgot to bury it. So we didn't get a nice, great, or excellent on it, but we did get it. It did have about a green ring around it, so I am thinking it's going to stay, and it looks like it does. So that'll get us our 15th Pokemon caught and our 10 out of 10 berries used on Pokemon. Go ahead and praise the Pikachu real quick. And we'll go ahead and claim our rewards. So we'll get an encounter with Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff's caught, so we'll go ahead and claim our second encounter, which is a Wishmer. Nice, so we get the excellent throw on Wishmer. And for a paid event, something that you're paying money to participate in, I do wish that these rewards that you got were a little bit better than Wishmers and forget the one that we even had before this one, just because they're not anything that's that special. So Wishmer is not that great of IVs. So yeah, Wish for Jigglypuff was the other one. So with the encounters that we get for a paid event, they should be a little bit better than Jigglypuff and Wishmer. Still no shiny Cubchoo. We checked that one, but we'll just catch it and then we'll go ahead and check in with Professor Willow. Oh, we have to claim our XP and rewards first, so we'll get 3,000 XP, and then we'll claim 2,000 Stardust, 30 Pokeballs, and then another encounter. 2,000 Stardust, 30 Pokeballs, and we'll start the encounter with a Chimecho. So I do like Chimechos. They give some extra Stardust, but still something that I wish we could have gotten something a little bit better for a paid event. Didn't get a nice, great, or excellent on the Chimecho, but we will get that extra Stardust. So Chimecho's down on the first try, and it looks like that gets us 1 out of 15 Psychic type Pokemon, and we get to 1,000 Stardust, 680 XP. Nice, so that actually did get us to our 8.3 million mark, which I wanted to get to today. So we met our goal for Stardust, and we only used one star piece today, very early in the day when we were doing the first part of our Shiny Celebi research. So we got to our 8.3 million Stardust goal, and then we'll go ahead and check in with Professor Willow for step number 3. Oh, Maddie Mish, you scared me. I was a bit distracted thinking about the tap dancing I heard last night, as well as the shadow I saw pass by my window. Oh, I didn't mention that last part? Yes, it was quite an unnerving experience. Anyway, let me take a look at the research you've done. Oh my goodness, alright. I think I know the source of these strange occurrences now. I believe the culprit is the Galarian form of the barrier Pokemon Mr. Mime. Galarian Mr. Mime is known as the dancing Pokemon. It likes to create a sheet of ice and tap dance on it. What a strange Pokemon. While Galarian Mr. Mime is the prime suspect, it's still just a hunch. Can you go out and do a bit more research to confirm? Maybe you might even come across a Galarian Mr. Mime. So with this one, we need to make 3 nice curveballs in a row, and that will get us 3 premium raid passes. We need to power up a Pokemon 3 times, as well as catch 15 Psychic type Pokemon. So we'll make our 3 nice throws in a row. We have this Flaffy over here. I don't think this has any Psychic in it, and I just wasted that ball. So that gets us 1 out of 3 curveballs in a row. We just need to get the nice throw in a row. Flaffy broke free, and since I want to keep the streak alive, we're not going to try for another excellent. We got the great there, and we just need one more great throw, or a nice curveball throw, but we caught Flaffy, so we'll have to catch it with a different Pokemon. So we got Flaffy down, and we just need to get that third nice curveball throw with a different Pokemon, and Jinx is here, a great one to get it with. Oh, and that breaks our streak, because I'm pretty sure it had to be in a row. And we catch Jinx. So that's going to break our streak. Gets us 2 out of 15 Psychic Pokemon, and it breaks our streak. So let's see what else is here. We have a Ralts. We'll go ahead and use Ralts for our 1 out of 3. So we get that nice throw, so that should be 1 out of 3. Wobbuffet, that's a good one to get 2 out of 3. And with the orange ring around it, I'm kind of hoping it breaks just so we could try one more time, get to 3 out of 3. But it doesn't. We catch the Wobbuffet. But that should get us another Psychic Pokemon, so that's good. We're at 4 out of 15 for the Psychic. And another Wobbuffet appeared, so we'll definitely be able to clear it up on this one. Got the nice throw, so that completes our make 3 nice curveball throws in a row. And Wobbuffet broke free, so we'll try for the Excellent now, which we miss. Just stay, I don't care about the fucking Excellent, I just want to move on. Nice, so we catch Wobbuffet. So that gets us 5 out of 15 Psychic type Pokemon. And if you look here, all we need to do is power up a Pokemon 3 times and catch 10 more Psychic types. So we're going to go ahead and look for a Pokemon to power up 3 times. And we have this 100% IV Rhyperior. If you look here, you can see it's 100% IV. We caught this on Community Day last week. So we're going to go ahead and power this one up 3 times. Fairly cheap, 6,900 dust, 6 candies. We'll go ahead and power it up. We'll definitely power it up further in the future, but for now we'll just power it up 3 times to complete that research. So we're going to continue catching some Pokemon. We just need 10 more Psychic type Pokemon to catch. And then once we finish step number 3 out of 5, we'll move on to step number 4 and be with you guys. So we have some more Pokemon to catch. We need to catch 10 more Psychic types before we move on, so we're going to continue to work on that. So if you look at our Tap Tappity-Tap research step 3 out of 5, you can see we just need 1 more Psychic Pokemon before we can move on to step number 4. And we have a Solosis here. And we were having trouble clicking on it. It went away, but we do have the Spoink here, so we'll go ahead and get the Spoink. Only a 16 CP, I don't see it being a difficult one to catch. And we get Spoink, so that gets us 15 out of 15 Psychic type Pokemon. We'll catch this one here just since we clicked on it before. It's just a normal type though, it doesn't have any other typing for us, but we'll catch it and then we'll move on to step number 4. So to complete step number 3, we'll claim our 30 Ultra Balls, our 3 Premium Raid Passes, 3,000 XP, and then our rewards here at the bottom will be 2,000 Stardust, 1 Poffin, and then we have an encounter. So we'll go ahead and start this encounter, and it's the Galarian Mr. Mime. Definitely a cool looking Pokemon, 866 CP. We'll go ahead and Pineapple Berry it. It does look like it's tap dancing right there. Oh, that's pretty cool. So we get the great throw on the Galarian Mr. Mime. Nice, and we catch it on the first try with the Pineapple Berry. So that'll give us 1080 XP. Now since it has a Kanto form, and we have the Kanto form already, we don't get an addition to the Pokedex. It's just, it's going to be in the Kanto one. It's pretty cool. I like the dance it does if you click on it. So before we check in with Professor Willow here, I do want to show you what I was talking about with the Pokédex. We do have all 151 from Kanto. And oh, here's Mr. Mime. So you can see that there's the Galarian form and the normal form. So we already had the normal form, and we just caught the Galarian form, which is why we didn't get a Pokédex edition with it. But definitely happy to have the Galarian Mr. Mime. It is a pretty cool looking Pokemon. And then we're just going to go ahead here and check in with Professor Willow for step number 4 out of 5. Phew, great job catching that Galarian Mr. Mime, Matty Mish. I guess it's not as frightening as I first thought. Perhaps it'll become even more approachable when it evolves. I've read that Galarian Mr. Mime evolves into Mr. Rime, the comedian Pokemon. Mr. Rime is apparently high skilled at tap dancing and waves its cane of ice in times with its graceful movements. I wonder whether it could teach me some new moves. Haha, anyway, how about you try evolving your Galarian Mr. Mime? So for step number 4, we need to earn a heart with our buddy, earn a candy walking with your buddy, and evolve a Galarian Mr. Mime. So let's look at Axew here. We are at 4 out of 5, so we just need to do one more lap around Desert Ridge. So we're finally able to earn a heart with our buddy, and we also walked a KM with our buddy. When we started, Axew was at 4 out of 5 KM, so we just did one lap around Desert Ridge, got our 5th KM, and earned a candy with our buddy. So if you check in on our research, you'll see that with the Tap Tappity-Tap research, the only thing we need to do is evolve a Galarian Mr. Mime. And normally I don't evolve Pokemon unless I have multiple of them, because I like to keep a living dex in my storage. But since I want to complete this research, and the main reason why I got the research was for content purposes, to help the people that maybe couldn't afford it or didn't want to spend the money on it, I was hoping that they could relive it through watching my video. So I'm going to go ahead and evolve the Galarian Mr. Mime that we got. So if you look here and we appraise him, it is about a 13, 14, 12 Mr. Mime, which is about a 93%. We wish it had the 15 attack. If it did have the 15 attack, I would feel a little bit better about evolving it. But it takes 50 candies. We have 54 Mr. Mime candies. We'll get some more into research. So we're going to go ahead and evolve our Galarian Mr. Mime. We'll tap him one more time just to see his tap dance. That's so cool, I love that. But we are going to go ahead now and evolve him over to Mr. Rime. Nice, Mr. Rime does look pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and register Mr. Rime to the Pokedex, since it is a new Pokedex edition, since there's no Kanto version of Mr. Rime, and it's a new Galarian Pokemon. He has a pretty cool dance too if you tap on him. So there you go, we got our Mr. Rime, and we're going to go ahead now and complete our research. We'll get 30 Mr. Mime candy, 30 Mr. Mime candy, 3000 XP. And then we'll claim our rewards, which will be 2,000 Stardust, 2 Glacier lure models, and then a Pokemon Encounter. Oh nice, and we do get another Galarian Mr. Mime, and I believe this is the same CP as the last one. So we will be able to keep a Galarian Mr. Mime, and then we do have that Mr. Rime. Super happy about that. Got the great throw on the Galarian Mr. Mime. Nice, and Galarian Mr. Mime is caught. And if you appraise it, the IVs are a little different. This one has higher attack, but we wouldn't have gotten this one unless we evolved the other one, so it's not like we had a choice. But definitely one that we could evolve in the future if we wanted to. Right now I do want to keep it as a Galarian Mr. Mime. And then we'll go in and check in with Professor Willow. What a fascinating Pokemon Mr. Rime is. Thank you for evolving your Galarian Mr. Mime, Maddie Mish. I've heard stories of Mr. Rime's amusing movements, and you know what? Color me amused what a cool discovery this was. This has definitely been an unforgettable adventure, but I'm not sure if I can say I'd do it again, given the chillin' way it started my poor breakfast. Until next time, Maddie Mish, let's go. So here we are for the step 5 out of 5 Tappity-Tap, Tap Tappity-Tap research. We'll get 3,000 XP, 3,000 XP, 3,000 XP, and then our rewards down here will be 3 super incubators, 3 star pieces, and then a Mr. Mime pose. So we get the 3 super incubators, the 3 star pieces, and then the special Mime pose. And that's going to do it for the Galarian Mr. Mime event. If you go here into our search and you type in Mr. Mime and you show its evolutions, you can see that we have the Mr. Mime, the Mr. Rime. We have a female Mr. Mime that we called Mrs. Mime, and then we have 2 regular Mr. Mimes down there. So we'll check these out again. And then Mr. Rime. He has a pretty cool dance that he does also. And then if you appraise these, their IVs are slightly the same. Their attack and defense is just switched, but definitely some good IVs on both. And then if you go into our Pokedex, we can see that Mr. Rime is the comedian Pokemon. It's highly skilled at tap dancing. It waves its cane of ice in time with its graceful movements. And then for the Galarian Mr. Mime, for the regular Mr. Mime, you see it's the barrier Pokemon, but then for the Galarian Mr. Mime, it's the dancing Pokemon. Its talent is tap dancing. It can also manipulate temperatures to create a floor of ice, which this Pokemon could kick up to use as a barrier. So that's going to do it for the Galarian Mr. Mime event. I am happy I bought the research. It's something that a big part of my channel is doing these research events. That way, for some people who might not have the time to do the research, or they might not have the funds available to pay for the research, it gives them a chance to relive the event through me. So I definitely love getting these research and working through them with you guys. And as always, I'd like to thank you guys for your support. I'd like to thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.